Hey guys, welcome to my studio. It's Andrea. Today I want to share with you, obviously, an unboxing of the Cricut Explore Air 2. I'm going to take you step by step through how to set up your machine. And yeah, so let's get started. So maybe you already have a Cricut, maybe you got one for Christmas, which is so exciting, congratulations, or maybe you've had one for a while and you just haven't taken it out of the box. Hopefully this video will give you the encouragement that, get it out of the box and get it set up and just see what you can make. I have an Explore Air 2 already. I have the lilac one and I use that for my full-time business. And I have the Cricut Joy, which you can see back behind on the left hand side. That one just stays on my desk and I literally use that thing all the time, especially around the holidays. But I also do scrapbooking and planning and journaling and Bible journaling and all of the things. And the Joy is just like something that's right beside me right there that I can pull out and use whenever the time just pops up that I need it. So I do love to have my Joy out all the time, but for my business and for even just making fun things for church, or I've made a lot of bulletin board things with my Cricuts. But there's so much you can use your Cricut for, and I encourage you that if you have one, get it out of the box and see what you can make with it. Okay, so dun, 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 I'm so excited. So the very first thing you're going to see is your Cricut Joy light grip mat. So if you're completely new to Cricut and you're not sure what's going on, there are different kinds of mats that you can get depending on what material you're using. So I'll go over all that in another video, but it comes with the light grip mat, which is perfect for paper and your HTV, your heat transfer vinyl, or your permanent vinyl. Then we're going to pull out this handy dandy guide, and this is just your getting started pack, and I encourage you to read through every ounce of that because it has really great information for you. And then here is the Cricut. I think I turn the camera because I take it out of the box and I just don't want to drop it or anything like that on camera. I can be very clumsy. So this is what's in the bottom. So once you take your Cricut out, you have your cord that hooks up from your Cricut to your computer or laptop. And then you have your power cord. And then you have your standard black pen that it comes with. I think it's a 4.0 tip pen. I love their pens. I keep them on my desk. I use them all the time. Even if it's not for my Cricut, I use them to write with or journal with. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what I do with mine. So here's the Cricut. It says to reuse the bag. I think that's great. I love that they recycle, reuse. It's important. And I will reuse that actually. So here it is. It's so pretty, guys. The mint color, my business colors are purple and blue, and I was a little concerned. This was the only one available at the time whenever I ordered it. There was this and like two other colors, and I just thought that this would make, the best addition to my studio. So yeah, it turned out that I really like it with my lilac. So now I just need to take the plastic off, and there is the dial. And really, guys, the dial is why I purchased, and I think I love the Cricut Explore Air 2, because I personally have control of the material that I'm using and how I like to set my machines. And I think every machine is different, so don't feel like maybe, every machine to cut glitter vinyl has to be set to an exact thing. Yours might be a little bit different setting, and I don't want to confuse you, but I just want you to understand that. And as I go along in teaching you how to use the Cricut, I want you to understand that yes, all Cricuts are amazing and they look the same, but there are little tweaks that you might have to do with your Cricut for your best cut, for your best desired outcome. But it's pretty simple. I have to say that it is very simple, and there's just like little tweaks that I do with mine that just makes it easier, I think, for me. So that was a rabbit hole. We're going to move on from there. So we're just peeling this off. It's really, my nails are done, and I just am having trouble with like peeling those little stickies off, but I digress. All right, so here's just a little weeding tool. I was using that. And this is the moment that everybody loves. It's when they push that button and that Cricut opens, and it just is so beautiful. Like, Cricut has it down. Like, their machines are gorgeous. If nothing else, I hear negative things. I hear wonderful things. But the thing about it is Cricut knows how to design all of their machines. They must, I don't know who their designer is, but they're very, very wise in what they choose to do, because these machines look gorgeous sitting out. I just love them. So these are just the little storage compartments that are on the tray of your Cricut. You can put your extra blades and things in there, and you can put pens and stuff in the other one. You can put your tools up in this one. My Cricuts, I keep them covered just because it is for my business, and I have coverings for them, so I don't keep anything directly in that that little holder. And this is the blade. It comes bladed for you, so that's a fine tip blade it comes with. And to put that back in, you just slide it in, clamp B, and you close it shut, and you are ready to go. So I'm going to pull out the quick start guide next so that you guys can see how simple it truly is to set up this machine. It says, let's get started. Very, very obvious what you need to do here. And it has your book in here. And I'm just going to get it open, and we're going to jump right into it. So let me know down below if you have a Cricut and which Cricut you have and what you use your Cricut for the most. I'm really interested in what people, or if it's a new Cricut and you've never used it, or maybe you have a Cricut and it just sits around collecting dust, like whatever. I would love to know what you do with your Cricut, because that'll help me with the content that I put up. And hopefully if you have any questions, you can put those down below as well. So here it's just showing you like the basic welcome information. You can read through that. Now this book is pretty, oh, I'm sorry, nope, not the book yet, my bad. Just more warranty information. And then it comes with 2 pieces of cardstock. Listen, guys, I want to talk about the cardstock, but we're going to do that in another video. The Cricut paper. I'm interested to find out more about this. I have some, I just haven't got to use it yet. So here is the book. I suggest you sit down literally and just flip through page by page and just at least take a look at it. I'm not one to read these manuals completely, but this one, it doesn't hurt to do that. There's not a lot that you have to read, but it gives such great information. They really try to make it kind of goof proof, and so I think it's very helpful. So these 2 pieces of paper are going to be what we use with our first project. Actually, I think I only use the blue, but you know, they give you the samples of that, and I think that's great, because then you get your first cut in and you get the feeling of what it's supposed to be like, and it'll just walk you step by step through. So here it says unleash something, I missed that. And it tells you to plug in your machine. So on the back of your machine, there's a few ports, and the one is for your power cord, and that is the round one, and the other one, the first one actually, is for your connection from your Cricut to your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up and get it plugged in. The way my studio is set up, I do have power bars, and I have, you know, outlets and things, but they're all behind like desks and things like that. So I go ahead and get this all plugged in off camera to the wall, and now I'm just plugging it into my machine. So we're going to carefully turn this around. And I have the cord is like everywhere down there. And now we're going to go to the computer, and we're going to get the machine set up. So sorry guys, I don't know how to like video on my computer screen. It says that my computer does that, but I haven't figured it out. So I'm going to do some more research, but for now, I just went into my Cricut design space. So just so you know, right here, Cricut design space, you just go into it and it'll literally walk you through everything. So you just pick the machine you have, which is the Explorer family, and then it'll walk you through. Prepare workspace. It'll tell you how far it has to be away from the wall, and you just want to make sure that your machine is that far away. And then you click the arrow and it will take you to okay, plug all of your plugs in. So we already did that. I took care of that the first thing. And it's all plugged in and ready to go. Now this piece is the piece you hook from your computer USB port to your machine. So that's just what I'm doing now. So again, it's step by step. They give you the pictures. They also give you the words. I know sometimes it's easier to learn by reading. Other people need photos. I need both. I have to see both. And then like it'll click into my brain. So we're ready to move on to the next step, I think. I don't know. I don't know why it's staying here, but moving on. Okay. So, I think I'm readjusting the camera at this point. That's probably what I'm doing. Okay. Anyways, guys, sorry it's taking so long. I honestly don't know what I did that was taking quite a bit of time, but we'll get there. Oh, I know what happened. I had to turn the machine again. That's what happened. Sorry, guys. I had to turn the machine again, and I was bumping the camera. That's what happened there. All right, so now we're going to plug that piece into the back of the Cricut. And then you're just going to click that everything's working, everything's ready to go. So you're going to go down below the picture, click on it, and we can get started. So now it's updating. So now it's just basically reading and it's done. So even though that took a while, like with me, like moving the machine around off the camera, then you're done. Like your machine is ready to go. It's registered. It took like what, maybe a minute to get that done. So this is how the very first thing you can make on your Cricut. You just pick the design you want. I picked the flower. I thought it was really cute. So you just click on it and then you click the OK. And this is the dial, guys. This is the thing that sells me on the Explorer 2. I have the control. It tells you where to set it up at. So it says turn it to cardstock. So you're just going to turn your dial to the word cardstock. And we're going to place the paper on that blue mat. Now your blue mat does come with the clear covering. You don't want to throw this out. This protects your mat when you're not using it from dust and hair and anything else that could get on it, to keep it sticky as long as possible. There are ways to clean it, and I'm going to go through all that for you. And there's a hack. I have a hack. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I once threw my plastic covering out. I thought it was a cover sheet for something else. And all I did was take a 12 by 12 scrapbook clear cover, like the pages you slide your paper down through for scrapbooking, and it covered it perfectly. It was not a big deal. So if you throw it out, just get yourself a 12 by 12 plastic cover for a scrapbook page and put that on. So when it flashes, that means that you're ready to load your machine. So as you see your load button flashing, you just slide the edges of your mat under the two little hooks that you'll see there that I pointed out. Put one finger at the top of your mat and just to like kind of hold it in place, and then hit your load button and the machine does everything else. Now the machine's ready to cut. You have your little see Cricut flashing a button and it says let's go. So you're just going to click on that and your machine is going to cut everything out for you. So I encourage you, like now as you're doing your first cut, to just listen to the noises that your machine's making. So either like this was something very interesting to me that I found out from other machines I have. Like I have Brother Scan and Cut as well, and it was very interesting to have the different noises that they make. And the one time my machine made a weird noise, and or it actually made a noise, and I was like, whoa, wait, that's not the normal noise. But I only knew that because I really listened to what the machine should sound like. I know that sounds funny, but then I did need to have that machine serviced and fixed so that it was cutting properly. So I encourage you just to like listen to what your machine's doing and know if there's like a you'll know if there's like a situation, because I see it on Facebook all the time. People will be like, is this normal? I don't remember my machine sounding like this, because they hadn't used it for a while, and here there was something caught inside of it or some debris that was in there that all they had to do was clean out. But still, it's good to know what your machine should sound like. So hopefully that was helpful. So it's almost done cutting. There are options to speed up the cutting when you're making your regular projects. You just do a fast cut, and like I said, we'll go over all that in another video. Now, once you want to unload the mat, when it's all done cutting, you just click the unload button again, and a beautiful flower is all cut out. So there's a couple different ways you can remove it from the mat. I'll show you both here. So the one thing that I like to do is I like to remove all of the outside. So I'm kind of like weeding the outside stuff around the design. And I just bend the corner of the mat. These mats are really bendy. You can bend the mats. Actually, I encourage that to get your projects off by just bending your mat a little bit, and look, it peeled right off. And that's just the outside of the paper. You could save that bottom scrap. Hey, whatever you do with scraps, and you do you. And now we have our spatula. I've used my spatula mainly for letters. I don't like to use the spatula for designs, just because I feel like I don't have enough control over it. I actually rather use my weeding tool or just my fingers and like bending the mat. But I wanted to show you that the tools that they give you do work. It's just I find that they might take me a little bit more time. But yeah, the spatula does work if you take the time to do that. But like I said, I just find that sometimes if it's like a really has a lot of cut in it, it's just easier to use my weeding tool to pick up the edges, bend the mat, and then peel it up with my hands, my fingers. Excuse me. So see, I don't know, I think it's easier to peel it up with your hands, but whatever. Yeah, so this is the cut. It turned out perfectly. The machine is amazing. I was really pleased with it. I don't do a lot of cutting paper with this machine. I usually use my brother's Scan and Cut for that, but I think I'm going to start using this particular machine because I will be using it for work, to be teaching, taking it with me to teach people how to use their Cricuts personally. And I just find that it's, I have an idea that I think I'll be using a lot more paper in my creating versus vinyl. So yeah. But yeah, you can use this to scrape it off. There's also a scraper tool that I have, you guys have seen me use, just to clean the mat off, but I was just using what I had out at the time. And then I'm going to show you how I put my clear covers back on. I have a wall of mats right in front of me under my bulletin board, and I just take my plastic cover and I hang it on the wall while I'm working. And then what I do with the mat is, when I'm ready to put it away, is I take the mat and I hang it on the wall, and then I put my plastic cover over it and drop it down. And that works perfectly for me. So now this mat is a little bended because we got it out of the box, but I just take it, I put the clear cover on it, and then I drop it. And then I don't have to worry about it. They're kind of a pain to put the top. I think it's a pain to put the top back on, the clear plastic cover back on. So guys, your machine is now ready to go. You have everything set up for you. You can start creating amazing things, and I want to be right there beside you while you do it. So keep watching. I'm going to have a lot more videos, and I thank you all so much. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I look forward to hearing what your favorite machine is and what you use it for. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.